Sammy here, back again with another video, and today I'm here with the legend, David VUJ.
How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, thank you for having me on.
How are you?
I'm really good, man. Filmed comments below on Copper 90 today. Really, really good. It was a really fun show. Talked about all the crazy football that was happening on the weekend. But yeah, I feel really good, man. Really, really nice today.
First thing I wanted to ask was, how much do you think you've changed as a person since like Bricka, well, the first Bricka videos and like the White Boys on tour and stuff like that?
All stuff like that in 2011. Yeah, because I've started on my own channel, David VUJ or VUJ. And I've changed a lot. I think I've changed a lot, but almost stayed the same. So I've changed maybe the way I view the world.
Yeah.
I went to university in that meantime, so I got a degree. I learned a lot more about everything that's going on around us. Creatively as well, I like to have different types of conversations. So before it was just about making silly stuff that would be viral and maybe be crazy, view-wise, etc. But now I kind of feel like I really want to create stuff which I enjoy doing. So anything that kind of makes me happy. I like to write poetry. I like to write things that maybe not gonna get as many views, but they make me feel good. So I've changed a lot. I've got a moustache now. I didn't have a moustache before. That's a big one. So I've grown, in that sense. But at the same time, kind of stay the same because I like to have fun. I like to enjoy making videos. I like to have ideas, and I always love talking to people. That's a big one for me. So at the same time, like stay the same, but also changed.
Yeah. Why did you start it in the first place?
Well, I was a class clown in school.
Yeah.
So I used to get in trouble for being very silly. Teachers, they used to annoy teachers a lot, but I was a good student, So eventually when I kind of had a year out, when I did sixth form, I had a year out before I went to uni. And in that year out, this YouTube platform was around, kind of quite new, but people were making videos. And I just felt like this would be so cool to just have these ideas that I have in my head and put them on a video. Make a video out of it, call a friend, get a camera, and just put something out there. And I used to love watching comedy videos from Jim Carrey, The Lonely Island. People, they made parody songs, and they inspired me. So they inspired me to make my own things. And that was it. It was that kind of time I had after sixth form and not going to uni straight away that allowed me to just go for it. But yeah, I had those inspirations, and I loved music. I like rapping, and putting all that together. That was it. I was like, you know what, this is the time. It's a great moment for me to just be creative, and started putting it out. And that was my kind of beginning.
Who would you say is your biggest inspiration in starting YouTube? Would it be Jim Carrey, like you said, or someone else?
Biggest inspiration? That's a tough one. I do have a few. I would say maybe something like The Lonely Island. If you guys don't know, check them out. They're like a great parody rap group. Not parody, but they just make satirical comedy music. Those guys, JME, because he's just not just as a rapper, but as a creative guy. He's awesome. And music in general, but also my mum, because she gave me a lot of support. She filmed some of my early videos, literally like in my room, me being silly, rapping about very, very, controversial things, etc. She allowed me to do that. She got a camera and she filmed me for a few videos. So my mum was a big inspiration as well in terms of giving me the support. So I was lucky in that sense. So it was just a great time, and quite a few factors kind of involved in me doing it myself.
Would you include Poet in that as well?
Yes, I would actually, because before I started making videos, I watched Poet make some vlogs, and they used to make me laugh a lot. And he was definitely one of the guys. Him, Don't Jealous Me, Jazzy, Squeezy. There was a few comedy type characters in the UK, in London especially. So London itself inspired me because I'm from London, and I've experienced London in many ways. Grew up in a very multicultural area, school as well, and all of that had an influence on the way I see the world and how I create. So that was just how I grew up, was a massive inspiration.
Why are you like how you are? Because you're like very unique, very different from anyone that I've seen or met.
Okay, in what sense? I'm interested.
Like the way even you dress,
Okay.
The way you speak, like the way you come across in videos and stuff like that. Like, why do you think you're different? What do you think sets you apart from people that are aspiring to be, I don't know, hosts or anything like that?
That's a strange one, because I guess what you see, I don't see, because I'm just being me in a way, you know, and expressing how I express myself, but different. In a strange way, I wouldn't say I'm different. I think we're all kind of the same in a way. Like you and me are very similar. I do this, but you do this, but we're more similar than different. But, you know, I guess if I had to point it out, I'd say I just love expressing myself in different ways. Whether that's through what I wear, which can be a bit different, you know, different, strange or unique. I think it's because the way I like to express is very varied. So even how I make videos, it's not just football, it's a bit of comedy, sometimes it's songs, sometimes it's politics. So I think aspects of my personality are very varied. Yeah. So that may make me look different because there's so much, and all those avenues are very maybe polarizing or opposite, but all together it's me, which is David Vujanic, and you'd probably say that he's a bit different, you know, even like the beads I'm wearing, the hat I'm wearing, my moustache, you know. So I think that is it. It's just because I'm very into many things, and you know, I went to university. I love, you know, school, how I grew up. I was a refugee when I came here, so I'm like an immigrant. You know, I'm a mummy's boy. You know, I've had interesting. You know, my parents divorced when I was a few years ago, and that was tough. And maybe these things that you don't see behind the scenes, they impact you a little bit and how you see the world. But I firmly believe we're all the same. Yeah. You know, and that's what may make me a little bit. I'm a bit of a hippie. Yeah. You know, if you wanted to define it, I'd say I have a bit of a hippie approach, which maybe not so many people in YouTube have, or. But it's just a life I've had has made me into this kind of person. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. You obviously said you came as a refugee and stuff like that. What do you think your biggest challenge you faced while coming into the country, moving around London?
Biggest challenge I've faced is probably maybe like self-doubt. I think facing fears is a big one. I think, I don't know how it is for everyone, I can't speak on anyone's behalf, but we all have our fears and maybe a bit of doubt sometimes of, you know, if I do this, you know, that might not make this person happy, or if I say this might not be good for that, and overthinking. So maybe my thing has been a bit overthinking and kind of, like, you know, is this going to be too much? Is this too little? What if this all stops? So keeping that at a level of it's going to be okay. So I think a bit of that, a bit of a fear at times of what I'm going to put out and how it's going to look. So potentially that, and you know, luckily I had support of like my mum. You know, my dad didn't support me as much. So sometimes you have those like family issues and things that are happening in the back once again. But I think self-doubt at times has been a bit of a stumbling block of overthinking. Yeah. So at times I can overthink stuff, but you know, just gonna keep it going. So.
You said that you're a class clown.
I was.
Mess around in school.
I used to love that.
You've always been a class clown in school. Always. Why do you think you were like always the person to be joking and stuff like that?
I don't know. I think it's because I got bored. So I got bored a bit easily, and then there was always something in my head which was funny, or like something I shouldn't do. So in my head, it would be like the teacher would be doing something, and I'm like, I really shouldn't, but in my head it's just so funny, I'm gonna do it. So I think you get in trouble like that a little bit. Like, you know, I don't know, back in my day, we'd used to like just crunch papers, and the minute the teacher would turn around, we'd just chuck them all around the room and then just stop. And then there was a time where we were really bad. We didn't really listen to our teacher. And we played this like game called Pen Wars. Where it's like you get, everybody has a pen. Maybe just try it out, it's kind of fun. You have a table and you have one flick each. And you have to flick each other's pens off the table, and you have one left and he's the champion. And like the teacher would be looking at us, and we'd just be doing that all lesson. So that was a bit silly. And one time we just pretended to be Pokemon. So we literally got off our seats and performed, and the teacher couldn't stop us. I did get chucked out. and I couldn't stop laughing, like, you know, writing notes, just being silly. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I just had a lot of energy, so I was definitely a class guy for a long time.
What do you think your proudest moment in your life would be?
Ooh, okay, I want to say doing what I enjoy.
Alright, yeah.
It's a very proud moment that kind of carries on. But as an occasion, I would say when I scored at Liverpool. I played at Anfield. Had the opportunity to do that with New Balance. It was like an empty stadium, but I scored in front of the cop end.
Oh yeah, I saw the
video. It was like one-on-one, and for me that like filled my heart, and my adrenaline was sky high. I was so happy. That was like a dream fulfilled. And another one would be going to Brazil, because I was a massive Brazil fan as a kid. So going to Brazil at the World Cup, amazing experience.
You featured in Freehold recently, like as a delivery guy.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What? You're a legend.
And yeah, because I interviewed Mim Sheikh as well, yeah.
That's my guy. Shout out Mim, that's my guy.
Yeah,
trust me.
And you were obviously in the RS, the documentary.
The one about estate agents?
Yeah, that one.
Eviction?
Yeah, Eviction, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Is acting something you're going to be pursuing more heavily in the future?
I would like to get into acting. I think that's maybe like a long-term goal of mine. I don't really have goals. I'm a strange guy like that, but football at the moment is really fun and I enjoy it, and it's allowing me to create other things. But acting is something I've always been interested in, and because I like performing as characters, I like getting into a character. Do you see it? It's very tough, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, acting is so different than just YouTubing, or it's a real skill. You know, I've been on set and you have to watch your steps. You have to perform the same way you did it when you did it the first time. The way you move, you really have to be conscious of everything you're doing. So it's not just kind of getting a camera and freestyling. So it's a really, really different kind of world. But I think, you know, in my 30s or so, I would like to pursue it.
What's been your favourite FIFA and Chill that you've ever done?
Favourite FIFA and Chill? JME was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I always revert it kind of to this one, and it was the one with Kasper Schmeichel from Leicester.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Because he was really cool, really down to earth, and we spoke about him potentially winning the Premier League, which was unheard of for Leicester City. So to talk to him about winning the Premier League, and his dad has won it, and the way he came up from lower league to play in Leicester, and him being so cool with us, it was a really chilled one. It's in the name, but that was a really chilled one, really relaxed, and I think he was very honest with us. So Kasper Schmeichel was always stuck in my head.
Have you ever had the FIFA and Chill that's changed your outlook on a subject or life in general?
There's been some good moments, impactful moments. We recently done Michael Dapper.
Oh yeah.
But as Michael Dapper. Yeah. So not as Big Shaq, but we're going to have Big Shaq coming as well. And he said some really powerful stuff about his friend and how that inspired him. And his friend passed away, and that inspired him to do more for himself. So stuff like that really kind of hits you when people open up. And even we spoke to Frank Lampard, and he spoke to us about the England team, and he was very open about the England team not doing well before, and even they had great players, and why they didn't do well. And I think it's always about those little insights you get that you wouldn't have otherwise found out. So quite a few of them changed how I viewed maybe football. I'd say all of them, if you put them all together, they made me view people that I used to idolize as just people.
Yeah.
So before, I'd be so excited to meet someone and like, you know, oh my God, I'd be almost scared to talk to them. But then when you speak to them, they're just normal guys. Like Rio Ferdinand, like we're really cool now. David James, like I can speak to him just about normal stuff. Whereas like 2-3 years ago, it would be like, whoa, I can't speak to David James or Rio Ferdinand. So that was really cool that you managed to speak to these people and get to know them as people, rather than just footballers and guys that have won stuff and millionaires. And when you, I guess, put that all away, they're just like me and you. And that's something which I really have enjoyed.
You've talked about like having a resurgence in politics since Corbyn and stuff like that. Why do you think Corbyn's taken so well to people like you and me and like normal people?
Do you support? Do you think you'd say you're a Corbyn supporter?
Yeah. Well, not
a supporter, but do you like him?
Yeah, I like him. I think he's like.
What makes you like him?
It's the way he's down to earth.
Okay,
like
cool.
He talks to normal people. Like when you interviewed him with Poet, it was like you didn't talk about politics. You just talked about football, which I quite like that.
Yeah, I think you've answered the question for me. But that's basically the element. Is I recognise something in Corbyn, because I did international relations and politics at university, and I struggle with believing politicians.
Yeah.
Because we've been lied to a lot about university fees, many things, like when Grenfell happened, and all those kind of injustices, which I think isn't fair in the world. And then someone's in there and I go, wait a minute, this guy looks like he might be about something else. And you talk to him, and that inspired me, the fact that that's why I like drawn to him was, it was that.
Yeah.
He seemed down to earth. He doesn't seem like he wants to go to wars, and maybe he wants to talk stuff through a bit more. And I think it's a new approach, and it's a fresh approach in politics. So he felt more, once again, bringing it back to that human. He felt like me and you. You know, it felt like you could talk to him, I could talk to him. Whereas I don't think of any politician before that where I think me and you could have a coffee and just hang out, or we could talk about stuff and you'd understand me. And it's the first time where I feel this guy could just be a cool guy. So that's why I support him.
You've obviously brought out the Have a Nice teas.
Have a Nice.
Are there going to be any more coming out soon?
Would you like some more?
Yeah, definitely.
Talk to me, what colours would you like? Would you like maybe a plain one? To just
What's a white?
So I was thinking, my idea was like, have a base, like black ones, maybe white ones, and then do like exclusive colours.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
I mean, I was thinking red.
Yeah, I saw that. I think you tweeted it.
I was thinking red with maybe yellow writing or blue writing. You can give me your opinion. What would you like to see?
I think, red. I would like red. Yeah.
I think red would be cool.
Would be
something
cool.
Maybe pink is a bit out there, because I'm pretty out there. So I put out pink on red. But I think an all red one with like yellow or blue, something to stand out, because I like that element. But I'd like to do that, and also maybe it's just like some ones so everybody can buy them, because not everybody likes pink.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes red. So I think it'd be good to have some that are just available whenever anybody wants to have a nice. You know, you can wear it, but not, kind of dislike it. So, because I've always got something also a bit more plain, black or white, and it's nice to have that. So, I think for me it'd be good to do. I think that's the kind of way I'd like to go. So, does that sound okay?
Yeah.
That's kind of. So, I mean, you're the guy that might buy them. So, but yeah, that's the kind of angle I'd like to take it.
What can we expect from VUJ in the near future?
In the near future, I've really been enjoying writing poetry. So I've been like performing a little bit. I've been doing like some live shows, also speaking. You came up, I met you at University of East London. Yeah, like I really enjoy speaking on panels and speaking to people. So I'd like to do some more of that stuff, which won't be online. That'll be a bit more kind of in real life. But in terms of online, I feel like I'd like to do some more songs, just have fun. Yeah. So have some more fun and enjoy creating and putting stuff out there. Obviously, the World Cup is coming. It's a massive year. I'd love to go to the World Cup, watch Serbia play. Maybe also the Champions League. Liverpool's doing well. Who do you support?
Man United.
United. Okay, no, that's all good. You guys are the champions. You got Basel, so you should go through.
No, we got Sevilla.
Sevilla. You guys will be good. We played them. They're not that good. So I feel football will still be a big part of me, but then it's about the other little things like the merchandise I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing the as I said, the poetry, the writing, and just some more creative videos, some more music, and see where that goes. Maybe TV, maybe documentaries. So I'd like to do some documentaries.
Thank you for letting me ask those questions.
No more?
Oh, I've got some Would You Rathers.
Okay, cool. Carry on. Sorry, I was like, wow, just carry on.
I got some Would You Rathers.
Thank you for having me on your channel. That's right. It's a pleasure.
Got some Would You Rathers. So, would you rather have no internet or no phone?
No phone.
Alright, okay.
No phone.
Would you rather go back in time and meet your ancestors, so pre-1800s, or go in the future and meet your great-grandchildren?
You're giving me goosebumps. That's crazy. I don't know why I've got goosebumps. Ooh. Oh, that's so hard.
I reckon.
I want to say past.
Yeah, I'll go pre-1800s.
I go past to see how people before me lived. Like that's kind of society and how they were, and like you're like Vujanic as well, like, and I'm gonna be because of you, like I'm gonna exist. But I think future's exciting. It's like, oh my god, it hasn't happened. But I think I'll go past because I think future is not promised to anyone. Yeah. So past.
Would you rather speak to animals, speak to any animal?
Wow, love it already.
Speak in any foreign language.
Excuse the truck outside making noise.
Yeah.
Speak to animals or speak in any foreign language. The animals one, it sounds more fun.
Yeah.
But I love speaking to people, so I'm gonna say languages.
Yeah, I
can
agree
just
with
go to
that. Yeah.
any country and just be like, and it'll be fine. So any language.
Would you rather have World War III
Okay.
or a zombie apocalypse?
I think World War III is already happening.
Yeah.
So that one's already in the works. I'll say zombie apocalypse. It sounds more fun. It sounds like the potentially dying in that would be more fun because you'd be killing zombies.
Would you ever never be able to fly again, so airplanes, so never be abroad really?
Okay.
Or never have internet again?
Never be able to fly on no internet. Because then you can drive.
Oh yeah, true.
So I'm gonna go. No. Then again, it would be tough to get abroad, to take a boat and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I'd say no internet because I'm tired of the internet sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like go off my phone more. And there's an app called Moment. And if you keep it in the back of your phone, it logs how many times you open your phone.
Alright.
And it logs how many minutes you're on it. And yesterday I was on my phone for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot. And I'm trying to cut that down.
I think most people have more than that though.
I know, but that doesn't feel good. Like I'm like in this screen and I'm always just, I'm a bit of an addict, okay, 100%. So I'd say no internet so I can just have a break.
Thank you for letting me ask this question.
No problem, man. Absolute pleasure.
All of VUJ's links will be in the description below.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. There'll be more interviews coming soon. Thank you for listening. See you.
You know how to end it.
Have a nice.
Have a nice.